Yo, what's fucking up, gamers? What's up, Stalkus? What's up, Keo? Welcome. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, we just got done singing. Now it's time to talk. As if I hadn't used my voice enough today. Yo, what's up, Stick? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So, yo, what's up, Ellen? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. We are out here. So I don't really have like a set plan or anything for this. The past couple times I've done these, I've had like a topic of some sort. Last time was like a story time. Time before that we did like a pride drinking game. This one I'm just kind of chilling. Probably gonna be a shorter stream too, because I've done a lot of productive stuff today and I'm feeling the burn. Yo, what's up, Sharkbait? Welcome. Happy late Pride Month. Absolutely. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, gamer. You're probably gonna be a shorter one because I am really feeling the burn from being productive. It's a rare sight to see the burb be that productive. Yeah, I actually just went live to brag about how cool and powerful I am for getting tasks done. No. So I was just sort of gonna like recap the... See anything new about me? Yeah, you have a new profile picture again. Hell yeah. Looks like a little guy. A little silly little monster. Yeah, so recap the donathon that happened over the weekend. Just say again, you know, how cool it was that y'all were able to meet that goal. I'm still mind blown by it. I don't think I'll ever not be mind blown by it. That shit was crazy and crazy fun. That's the short version. We can talk more about it. And then also, I still have to do 2 voice tweets. So one of the things that was on the wheel and one of the things that got met was chat makes a voice tweet. So you are chat and I am here. And we never decided what the voice tweet was gonna be. So this is where we're gonna do that. So just dump ideas for what you want me to say on Twitter. And I will If there's more than 2, I'll put it to a vote, and like the top 2 will be what I do. And if there's only 2, well, then there's only 2. But yeah, feel free. Copy pastas are cool. Funny things that I wouldn't normally say are cool. Just make sure it doesn't break the terms of service on twitter.com. And also make sure it isn't hateful, obviously. Like, I'm not going to say slurs for money. Nobody should do that. Nobody should say them in general, let alone for money. But y'all already knew that, I hope. Probably. Yeah. So start cooking those up in the chat. And yeah. So the donathon was cool. There's a lot of good stuff that happened in it. I'm trying to remember what order I did things in. I know I opened the stream with Honkai Star Rail because I have to get my gacha fix. It's gotta happen. So that was fun. Kind of uneventful though. People were still like waking up. I did it pretty early. I think maybe next time I'll like start later in the day. 1, so I can sleep in more. And 2, so that other people are like awake and don't have to miss the beginning, because, you know, I personally don't like waking up early. I don't think I know many people that do like waking up early. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe like noonish, so like noon to noon the next day. Probably a little less. I know I did call it early. I still feel kind of bad for it, but like frankly it was early in the morning, nothing was really happening. My brain was fried, I didn't really see a reason to push it. So, that's the situation there. I was kind of also getting pissed off at Idle Manager. I had never played it before, I'd just seen people play it, so I had no clue what was actually going on. And it was going okay until one of my 3 idols got injured right before a concert, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go to bed now. And then I went to bed. So that's what happened there. But I also just wasn't feeling that great, so it'd be like that. It was a day full of stuff. I was doing a lot more. I thought it would be a bit more chill, but stuff just kept getting met because y'all are insane. So by the end I was like, woof. Usually when I do endurance streams it's on my own terms, so it's like I can be as loud or as quiet as I want. But you know, when people are like, hey, you gotta do a voice, or like, hey, you gotta spin a wheel, or hey, you gotta play Dark Sassy, or hey, you gotta do a karaoke, that shit's crazy. So I did all that back to back. And then after that, I played Juice Galaxy, which was definitely a game to cool down with. Unironically pretty comfy and fun though. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of Juice Galaxy. That was like, I think one of my favorite games I've ever played. And I can't really explain why, because it doesn't really have like anything impressive going on gameplay wise or story wise. Well, I shouldn't say that. The stuff they do with it was just very surreal. I do like surrealist art and surrealist stories. Part of that's because I'm very into Zoomer humor, which is, it definitely dips into surrealism. So, you know, that game, it hit the right spots for me. I mean, I don't really have a better way to put it. It is hard to look at though at certain points. Like, I think it was the part where there was like that dog that gives people swirlies, and he like shoots a beam at you, and there's a bunch of like flashing lights on the screen. I like could not look at that. I had to look away from it. And I don't even think that was me being tired. I think it was actually just like that aggressive. So I don't know. I probably should have put like an even more bold warning for the epilepsy warning, rather than just saying it in the beginning and then letting the one in game play out. But like, holy fuck. But But yeah, that was definitely a video game. Hopefully it gets updated. I don't know how frequently that game gets updated or if it even does get updated, but I would definitely love to see the developer make more of the game, because it was really fun and I would recommend playing it actually. Like it's just like a vibe. But a lot of people probably missed that too, because that was like the dead of night. Like I think that put me at like 2 or 3 in the morning, which isn't terrible. I'm sure a lot of people were still up, but holy shit. All right, see you, Stalkus. Thanks for hopping in, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Fuck was I saying? Yeah, Juice Galaxy, play it. I have the files. I can put them in the Discord for you if you want. The game is free. Sort of like a pay what you want thing. I might go back and tip the guy though, so he gets a notification. He's like, hey, I should update that game. Lamau. Dark Sazzy, I'm glad I finally got to show y'all that game, even though that game makes me unreasonably upset. Not really much to say though there. Like if you saw it, you saw it, and if you didn't, probably for the best. But I mean, the VOD's up. You can go back and watch it. It was in part 2, about like halfway through, I think, maybe a little bit over. I also got to collab with all of the new generation of RealCorp, which was a lot of fun, and Mirai. Mirai is always fun to have around. I didn't forget that she was there, but the big thing was like, I want to collab with the new people because I want them to feel welcome, and I also want to get to know them. And then I'd also been on Mira's stream the night before for a little bit of drinky and talky, so she's really cool. I like her a lot. I also like Lily a lot. And then Yuri's been around. Y'all already know that Yuri's pretty pog. I think that was the second time technically that I collabed with her, but one of the times it wasn't on my stream. But it was cool that I got to do that, so I got to do like the rhythm games with Lily. That was fun. And then I got to do Phasmo with Yuri and Mira, and that was also fun, and Mirai. The Mira and Mirai thing was confusing. I also got bonked for saying Mira like Miara, because that's how I read it. That's how it's written. Like, I feel like I'm not in the wrong for thinking that makes sense, or that you sort of like have to add like a slight A, like Mira, Mira. I don't know. I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's I'm communicating that properly. But tell me it ain't spelled that way. I'll fight you in a Waffle House parking lot. So those were both cool. Those were fun collabs. And then the other fun collab was getting to hang out with the Kiss VT people, because as much as I like interact with them on Twitter and in Discord, I don't really play games with them that often, which is kind of a tragedy. So getting everyone to like hop on Pummel Party for a couple hours was pretty sick. I wish Rosie could have also made it, but it was everyone besides Rosie. Oh, I was gonna try this, but okay, voice tweet idea, JP Tongue Twister. Ura niwa 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 tori ga iru. Ura niwa 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 tori ga iru. Okay, that's not terrible. I could do that one. Say it a few times. Funny little thing. I like it. That's on the list. We still need one more, so please still put your ideas for voice tweets in the chat. If anyone has any. If not, we can just kind of act like it didn't happen, I guess. And we only owe one, but I don't know. Feels kind of like cheating. Then again, there were a lot of people that donated that just didn't claim their individual rewards, so I feel like it's not the worst thing in the world. There's so many things I have to do that letting a voice tweet slip by probably isn't the end of the world. Yeah. But still, put them in. If I get another suggestion, I'll honor it. But yeah, those were all fun. The fun collabs. Got to hang out with people. That definitely helped me stay awake, because if it was just me trying to be entertaining by myself for 12 hours at that point, we hit the 12-hour mark, I want to say right after Pummel Party. Maybe during. I kind of forget exactly when things happened. But those were fun and those kept me awake because I had people to bounce off of, so I could kind of just chill for a bit and let other people do the heavy lifting. Not to say that I wasn't like trying to have conversations with the people and the collabs, obviously, but you know, when you're by yourself and you have to keep a thing engaging for that long, it really does take a toll on your brain more than I remembered. So like, that's a lot of the reason why it took me so long to recover from it. But we are recovering. We are good. I feel like I'm back to normal. Today's just like a regular tired, like an I did a lot of stuff and I need to not do stuff for a bit kind of tired. It's probably good I'm not playing a game today too. But like I said in the paste spin, I do want that to be like a yearly Pride tradition. So look forward to that coming back next year, and maybe it'll go even better. That would be cool. We have a goal to beat, $1,001. So, I mean, keep that in mind. 365 days from now, or I guess a little less because we're at the end of Pride Month. But I do want to do it again. I do want to keep doing endurance streams. I have a few coming up. I have Drakengard Endurance. I have the Sonic 06 Endurance, but again, sorry, not Drakengard, Drakengard 2 Endurance. And then we have the Sonic one. And I think those are the only two. But that doesn't mean I won't do one, because I do still need to figure out what I want to do for 2,000 subs, because we're way closer to 2,000 subs than I thought. We crossed 1,700 the other day. So I've kind of been thinking, I did see one idea. It was like the tricathlon of games that piss people off. It was Getting Over It, Jump King, and that one where you're on like a pogo stick, I think it was, that I forget the name of. But like rage games, basically. And that's not a terrible idea, but like, do I just have to play each one for a set amount of time, or do I have to actually beat them? Now that's the question that would need to be answered for that thing. But there's definitely some other ideas too. Most of them are endurance because they're the thing I can really like offer, I feel like. That's like what I do. Maybe learning a speedrun, because I know I've wanted to do that anyway, and that would give me a great excuse to do so. But that's been in the back of my mind a little bit because that is coming up. I'm going to try to push for it next month, but you know, definitely the next couple months I think we'll be there if I keep uploading and streaming the way I have been, which is kind of mind-blowing because, again, never in a million years would I imagine that many people would want to, at the very least, be notified or recommended my content, which is wild to me. Because I'm just a silly little creature. I'm a silly little creature that's pretty cool, but making yourself known, especially when you're not like... I don't do very like traditional... Yo, what's up, Kyoko? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I don't do like super like traditional VTuber things. Like I don't play popular games. I don't have like a popular personality, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. I don't want to say this to be like, oh, well, everyone's a generic VTuber, rah, rah, rah. That's not necessarily what I mean. I just mean that there's like a very large difference between, like, for example, the way I present myself on stream and the way that like Zeki presents herself on stream. And then there's a difference between me and Zeki and the way that Korra presents herself on stream. And some of those like ways of streaming and talking and doing things kind of just lend themselves better to, I don't know, blowing up as a VTuber and getting people to want to watch you. Which isn't to say I think my content's bad. I make content that I want to watch because that's the way to do it. Like if I wasn't me, I would watch me. That's what I aim for. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. But like, especially given that, and given that I'm just kind of like laid back, chill, and play a lot of like obscure video games, I think that just kind of like I never figured that that's something that a lot of people would want to watch. I thought that was very much like a me thing. And every day I'm more and more surprised. So shout outs to Pit Crew for being really cool. I love y'all a lot. But yeah, so 2K subscribers. That was one of the things that I thought of, was that triathlon of games that make me angry. Speaking of that, getting over it was one of my favorite parts of the stream. Lost my train of thought. I thought I had something else to say about that, but no, that was one of my favorite parts of the stream. I know it's like, oh yeah, you were being tilted for content. Sure, haha, you weren't actually tilted. That's kind of a mix of both, because I feel like it is funny with that kind of game if you're like aggressively angry at it. It sort of woke me up doing that too, because like screaming wakes you up, it gets the blood pressure going. I was definitely more than a little like real tilted at getting over it though, because like, who the fuck? Like, homeboy needs to get out of the pot and use his legs if he's gonna be climbing upstairs, you know? Like, there's so many OSHA violations being broken if you're trying to climb shit like that with a hammer. Not to mention laws of physics, which, like, I'm not sure who polices that. Really, I'm not sure who's, like, responsible for arresting people if they break the laws of physics, but that structure doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a kid on a slide, like, thousands of feet in the air, and then, like, right below that you got a little house, and then you're in an Amazon warehouse, and oh, now I'm in like an amalgamation of a bunch of different furniture. What the fuck's going on there? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know, the game definitely wasn't made for someone with my sensibilities. I like video games with controls. So I was definitely more than a little tilted. But I went back and watched some of it because part of what I do as a content creator is I go back through my content and I see, hey, what would be good to like have edited into, or if you're indie, it's more often that you're editing it yourself, but fortunately RealCorp hires editors for us, so I can at least, I just have to grab the moments basically. But there's a little behind the scenes for you. That's part of what I do when I'm not streaming. I went back through and watched it and I'm like, hey, this is actually pretty good content. This is funny. I'm funny. So I grabbed the thing and sent it to an editor, and I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I didn't want to be spoiled on the whole thing. But from what I've seen, it's at 13 minutes and going, and it's going to be a banger of an upload when it's done, so you have that to look forward to. But despite being tilted, I did have a lot of fun doing that, so thank you for donating and getting the chat choice video game thing and getting me to play Getting Over It, because that was good. Dark Sassy, another game that pissed me off. I already said my piece on that, and that is there's not really much to say about it. It's a bad video game, but it's like bad in a way that's hilarious. Dead Reborn? Also the lore goes hard. I should do like a lore video in Dark Sassy. I think that would be funny. Speaking of videos, I'm just going in whatever direction my monologue takes me right now. That's what I'm doing this stream. But speaking of lore videos and videos in general, I was just talking about it on the members only stream, but I think the Miku karaoke that I need to do for partner is going to be at the end of July. So probably about a month from now, maybe a bit less. And once that's done, that frees up a lot of my time to do something else that I was going to do, which I set out to do in my New Year's resolution stream. I said I was going to do three video essay type videos about things I care about. I don't know if we're going to get 3 because those do take a very long amount of time, but the Memburb streams will go from karaoke practice or singing practice to like a mix of singing practice and just like comfy talking and editing, and maybe even recording some voiceover for it if I get to that point. But it does free up a lot of my time to sort of work on that. So the Drakengard video that I talk about occasionally is real. It's just, I have so many things I want to do. So that's the next focus after the karaoke. So I'm excited for that. That just popped in my head because I was talking about editing and videos and stuff. But on the topic of karaoke, I think that was my other favorite part of the donathon, actually, because I had a whole thing I was going to say about this. I should have written it down. Now, so the thing about the karaoke is, and if you read the paste bin I put out about, like, I don't know, I sort of want to call it the post-mortem, because in the development world, that's what you call, like, post-project write-ups. It was weird, because it wasn't really a project. It was just me sitting in front of my computer and being a silly little dude. But we'll call it the post-mortem for the sake of it making sense in my brain. I talked about the karaoke stream, like, a lot. And it's because it really was kind of like a come to Jesus, come to Burb moment, because come to Burb Jesus moment, because really, like, I can't understate how Ezra Andromyda real. Yo, what's up, Iolite? I saw you play Dead by Daylight with Cora. Every time you come in here, I ask you this: when are we playing Dead by Daylight, little man? When are we playing Dead by Daylight? I want to play Dead by Daylight with you so bad. You're so fucking cracked at that game. Reach out? Bro, I sent you a DM. You ain't never respond to it. Let me send you another one right now. Alright, I did it again. Now you can't ignore me, because you've told me to do it. Let's go. I get to play video games with the little brother of RealCorp. Yeah, it was possible. I'm telling you, brother, man. Nah, it's chill. It's chill. I miss a lot of DMs too. I get it. Alright, sick. So that's coming up. You got that to look forward to. Nah, but what was I talking? The karaoke. Yeah, I spent a lot of time writing about the karaoke in the postmortem because I really truly cannot understate how nervous I was about, like, the possibility that I would have to do music things as a company VTuber. Which, by the way, actually, that treads water a little bit. But there's a thing that I need to harass Jackie about, because as far as I know, everyone has their stuff done for it, including myself. Although I might redo it now that I've had some practice. In any event, I knew that VTubers and music are like a big thing that go together. A lot of VTubers sing, a lot of VTubers do musical stuff. And I was like, oh god, oh fuck, I don't have any musical talent. I used to be able to play the piano and guitar. I suppose I could learn again. And now that's drums, another fucking thing I need to actually order instead of shitting my ass about it. I did finally, and I mentioned it in Discord, I don't know if anyone saw it yet, but I did get my VR headset in today. So I have a Valve Index now, and I'm trying to get all of the VR RealCorp homies into like a big... So like this stream, the Just Chatting stream that I try to do weekly, is probably going to be VR chat next time. I hope, if I can put it together in time. But I did finally pull the trigger on that, which was... I wanted to do way before the drum thing even. Like, that was a New Year's resolution thing where I'm like, I am going to order a drum kit this year and I'm going to learn to play the drums. I haven't done that yet. But even before that, even before RealCorp was even like a concept that I was aware of, I was like, I'm going to get a Valve Index. And then I never did. And then every time it would pop up on the Steam front page, I would see it and click on it and be like, I'm gonna get a Valve Index soon. And then another couple months would pass, and then I would see it again and I'd be like, I'm gonna get a Valve Index soon. And eventually, The day before the donathon, like I said, I hopped in the call for like an impromptu collab with Mira and had some drinks. And I had enough drinks that Mira and Mirai, who was also there, so again, names were confusing on that one too. I hopped on there and we were talking and I was a little bit drinky and they were like, just do it. And I'm like, you're so right. And I did it right then. And I got it today. I actually thought it was going to be another week or so. So I didn't really expect to come home today from human job and see, oh, there's a big unmarked box right outside my door that I need to bring in. I wonder what that is. I still don't know for sure that it's the Valve Index, but I didn't order anything else to be shipped to me. So it's either that or someone playing a very big prank on me. Or maybe the Blahaj, or I don't know, last time I said that, so, I think it was Guesty, because Guesty speaks like 5 million languages. She was like, do you mean Blowhigh? And I'm like, no, I mean Blahaj. I'm an American. So anyway, I guess it could be a big ass Blahaj, but it was way too heavy to be one unless they filled the rest of the package with rocks. So I don't know. I'll open it and let y'all know, but I'm pretty confident that it's my VR kit. So that's super exciting. I still don't have the trackers though. That's the unfortunate thing. I won't have the trackers until August probably. But when I get the trackers in August, we can do RealCorp Fight Club. I think I'll be, unless Cora, actually Mira might have some trackers now I think about it. And Mira probably also has some trackers. Never mind. Long has it been since I have last graced these streams, and I bring with me warm tidings among other things. Yo, what's up, Eyes? Welcome, welcome. It has been a while. Welcome back, homie. Who's fucking popping? I was just talking about VR. I think Mirai, and probably Mira definitely does, because I think she can do full range of motion. But in any event, I'm getting trackers end of July, early August. From the RealCorp tech guy. He has some old ones that I'm like, hey, can I buy those for cheap? Because you don't have to ship them because I'm going to be there physically. And he's like, yeah, sure, fuck it. So I'm getting some trackers. My arm is popping, it's not supposed to, and now I am wounded. Oh no, you should probably like do something about that. Actually, that doesn't sound healthy. You kind of need your arms to function. Or at least I do. Maybe you live a life where you don't, and it doesn't matter. But those sorts of lives are rare. I would definitely seek help for that one, my guy. I'm so bad at these. I get distracted with something and I completely forget where I was. Yeah, some motion tracking. We can do cool stuff with that. I can like do Beat Saber, but like I can actually like dance around and you'll see like my legs moving or like I don't know, that's about the furthest I got with it. I can also do silly goofy things in VR chat though, I guess. I could like fail at doing a backflip and then get tangled in my cord. But no, VR is super exciting. I've wanted a headset for a while and I finally got it, which is another thing that's off my long list of things that I need to eventually get to. So the next one is me sitting and not actually buying a drum kit for another 2 or 3 months before I finally do it, because I'm like, oh, I said I was going to do that this year. Of course, those are goals. They don't all have to get met, but it's easy enough to order a thing. Learning it can be next year's resolution. I think the other thing is I'm also waiting to move because I don't want to like have to transport it and risk it getting... I could always replace this feeble flesh with superior steel, take my first step into becoming the mecha. True. What the fuck was I talking about? It happened again. No, the drum kit. Yeah, I was waiting to move, I think, is the big thing, because I don't want to like transport it and then have to risk it getting broken. So that's the other aspect of it, but I'm expecting I'll be moving by the end of the year. So, as long as that pans out, there should be nothing in the way besides me and the pile of DoorDash bags that are blocking me from getting to my kitchen right now. And my brain, which is what caused the bags of DoorDash food. You get the point. You get the point. You probably live the same experience. I know most of the people I know live the same experience. In fact, I'm probably better than most about that. Because I like being able to get up and walk around occasionally. But all of that, I think, goes back to the karaoke thing. Like I was saying, the music stuff, which is what got me on drums. Like hitting partner and doing those member streams definitely helped, because it's like, okay, now I'm singing in front of people in real time, which is a thing I would never have done before. Like if anyone was around, or I like even thought anyone might be around, I would be like, oh, better not. Now I give a lot less of a shit. And I didn't realize how little of a shit I gave until I really just started going for it on Saturday. And I was like, whoa, that's fucking cool. So while I'll probably never admit that I'm good at singing, people seem to enjoy it. I had fun with it, and that's what's important. In this hypothetical, DoorDash is bad, or the accumulation of trash? The accumulation of trash is the bad part, but also I need to order DoorDash less because it is in fact expensive. And I could afford so many more things if I did not order food so frequently. But also I'm lazy, which is the other side of it. I don't really feel like getting up and going to get food a lot of the time. So I'm like, you know what? This will be the last time, then I'll cut back. And then the next day I'm like, you know what? This will be the next time. I'm going to cut back. So I guess in this hypothetical, they're both bad. And it's not a hypothetical because it's a lived experience. I am in fact surrounded by trash. You know, like the damn bitch you live like this picture? That's me right now. That's me most of the time. So if you ever want to like imagine what it's like if I tore down the animated wall, the like picture behind me, and you could see what's behind the burb, just imagine like that image. But no, just I don't really have much more to say on that. It's just that was really cool that I was able to do that and not be scared of it. And like people had fun, I had fun. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild, like how easily it came after I started belting out the first couple of lines. And then I think hands down my favorite part of the stream was me after I sang Barbie Girl, which was one of the chat requests that I had to do during the stream. I spent like a solid 10 minutes just like trying to figure out why the person portraying Ken in the Barbie Girl music video looked the way he did. And all I really have to say about it, because it's all said in the thing, I'm probably going to go back and clip it at some point. Probably like tomorrow on my off day. I'll grab it, because today I'm very tired. Even the idea of clipping that out of the thing is very daunting at the moment. But if you missed it, you'll see it there if it gets clipped. I'll shut up and play games now. Keep talking for it is fun to listen to. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. I got you. Probably talk for another 20 minutes or so. But yeah, anyway, in summary of that part, and again, it'll get uploaded later, so if you're curious about the whole thing, you may get to see it. But shoutouts to Renee Diff. That's the guy who played Ken in the Barbie Girl music video, and so far as I can tell, that's the only film he ever appeared in. He's apparently like a DJ or something, like a Swedish DJ, or he was. It's a real old song now. I don't know what he does anymore. He might just be like big chillin'. But in modern day, he looks kind of like Hank from Breaking Bad, if you know who that is. So if you want to imagine what that guy from that music video that you may remember from the late 90s, early 2000s, Hank from Breaking Bad, there you go. One of the funnier things I can remember doing on stream recently, actually. But no, I think I covered everything and my thoughts on it. I didn't really do... What was the order of things? That's sort of what I started with, and then I started working backwards because I got off on a tangent. So I did Honkai Star Rail stuff for a bit, then I stopped to eat dinner, and I realized, hey, there's not a whole lot of time before my Phasmo collab, so I just ate. Peter Parker in Ohio is called PP Parker. Thank you, N. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I believe it. Fuck. What even was after that? I feel like I did something else, but maybe I didn't. So we hopped on Phasmo. No, I got food during Phasmo. That's right. I got food during Phasmo. So I did Honkai Star Rail, and I just kind of bullshitted for a little bit, and then I hopped into Phasmo. That was fun. Ate food during Phasmo, and then after Phasmo, that I think is when I did Getting Over It, because I had time between that and the DJ Max collab with Indy and Lily. And then Mirai was also kind of there, but she was just muted playing Final Fantasy XIV, which, by the way, I live in fear, because now that there's another member of RealCorp that plays Final Fantasy XIV, I kind of have to play it, because I had already said that I might get back into it. And to be clear, before anyone gets upset at me, because I know that people like to go rabid and feral about Final Fantasy XIV, it is a good game. MMOs are just not my thing. Like, I don't have that level of dedication. I have to play other video games. Like, I can be dedicated to a gacha game because it takes up less than an hour of my time per day. It's just like a thing like, okay, I have nothing to do right now, and I haven't done this yet. Let me just pull up a video. I'll watch that video while I just passively do the dailies. That's fine. Final Fantasy XIV is an active game that you have to play a lot. So I could never be like a hardcore raider. I would be down to like do it for fun, but I could never have like, I think they call it a static, where you have like a group that you do it with on a schedule, like daily, weekly, every so often. I don't know exactly how it works because I have no interest in it, but I don't know, I just don't have that level of dedication or the time, really. But I wouldn't be opposed to at least like getting another subscription, trying it out, maybe at least trying to get caught up with the main story. But that was the biggest thing for me too. Like, it's not even that the content is grindy. For me, it was that the story is grindy. What are we at now? We have A Realm Reborn, we have Heaven's Word, we have Stormblood, we have Shadowbringers, and we have Endwalker. So I'm like right in the middle. And I think I have 80 hours in that game since I like made my account first. And I'm halfway through the main story content. And I was like let it be known, I wasn't even like doing other stuff. I was only doing the main story. And it took me that long to get to that point. So it's one of those things where if you're in early, it's like, oh, some new story released. Let's play it for a couple weeks. And then if you enjoy raiding and you have the time for it and you have the willpower for it, well, then you raid with people, whatever. If you're me, who started like 3 years ago, it's so much that you get burnt out on it so fucking fast. But I know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get my membership. So I'm gonna give my money to Square Enix. And then I'm gonna play Final Fantasy XIV non-stop for like 3 weeks. And then I'm gonna hit a point where I'm so tired of quests where I have to go teleport somewhere and talk to someone, and then teleport somewhere else and talk to someone else, and then kill 2 random mobs, and then go back to the main area where the main characters are and talk to them, and then do that again, over and over and over and over again, that I'm just like, nope, fuck this, and I'm gonna cancel my sub again, and I'm not gonna think about playing for another year. That's exactly how it's gonna go. But now that I have a gen mate that plays the game, I almost feel like I have to, just for the collab potential there, because I do also want to play games with Mirai. But anyway, so DJ Max happened, and it was a blur, I feel like, from DJ Max all the way through to the next thing, which was, oh wait, it wasn't a blur. I remember now. I got off DJ Max because the thing was about to start. I had like 15 minutes and I wanted to take a break. That was my first like long break of the day, was that. So, and I say long being like 10 minutes, but so I stood up for 10 minutes and then we played Pummel Party and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoy hanging out with them. They're really funny. Like actually a really great group of people. If you're not familiar with Kiss VT, you should check out Kiss VT. Very cool people, very pog. There was a lot of non-binary violence that stream, which, you know, is acceptable because it is Pride Month, so it's on brand. But that was fun. Like a lot of fun. I really want to play Pummel Party with more people. I feel like it brings out the best and the worst in people. Because by the end, it was basically a team building exercise for that company because they all teamed up to take me down because I had like an insurmountable lead on them, and they actually almost pulled it off. They almost got one of their people to win over me, but I'm simply too powerful. So common RealCorp W. And that reminded me too, because I did a lot of MS Paint drawings during that, because I kept like buying them to make fun of each other. I do want to do a stream in the future where I do like those MS Paint drawings I was doing. I do also want to learn actual art. Like I got an art tablet. I tried having Chiffon teach me, but that day was like incredibly cursed and I could not get my drawing tablet to work. I have since gotten it to work. I don't know what changed, but I got it to work because when I played Osu with Lena a while back, it worked perfectly. So I don't know what happened there, but you know, if it works, it works. Far be it for me to have an issue with it. Maybe I can pick that back up too and learn some actual art instead of just like MS Paint mouse drawings. But either way, that sort of thing is fun. Just like hop on here, get some requests from chat, and just make some bullshit. Two of them actually used it for their schedule. So one person donated, it was Spook, and they had me draw Neona. They just said draw Neona, so I redrew like the one where it's the dog ending from Silent Hill 2, but it's Neona on the stool pressing the buttons. So I redrew that, and it was really scuffed, and she used that for her schedule. And then Goma also used the art of them. I was thinking Korra. Goma is they, them. Misspoke there, unfortunately. So it was the one where they were fighting Korra, and over their crime gunches, their crime blorbos, as they call it, or as Goma calls it at least. I don't think Korra uses the word blorbo. Probably. She seems too normal for that, which, you know, Korra and normal in the same sentence, but that doesn't belong. One of these things is not like the other. There's an imposter among us. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boom, boom. I want to play Amogus with people. That's what I want to do. That was brought up as well during the Pummel Party collab. I really want to play Amogus. I've not played Amogus once since I debuted as Ezra, and I really, really want to. I really want to get like all of RealCorp, or at least the ones that are willing to play, because Zeki will never play Amogus. She fucking hates Amogus. I don't get it. It's a fun game. A lot of funny stuff happens, but I guess it's too slow. She needs constant action, which I get. A lot of my games that I like are ones where stuff is happening constantly, but I also like Amogus. But anyway, I think it would be fun to get like all of RealCorp and all of Kiss VT into a big Amogus collab, so I need to keep that in mind too. But anyway, the point is I had Goma and Korra fighting in like a ring, like creator clash type shit, and then cheering them on where their individual criminal blorbos. There was, on Korra's side, it was Nishiki, and on Goma's side, it was Why can I never remember his name? It's the guy with the scar over his nose. This is gonna bother me. I'm just gonna look it up. Yakuza scar. Kashiwagi. That's him. Okay. I don't know why I can't remember that. He's like a very important character. I'm a little bit stupid. If you haven't figured that out by now, which, if you haven't figured that out by now, that's honestly kind of impressive, because I am one of the biggest dumbasses I know. But yeah, so that art ended up in Goma's schedule, and I was like, wow, I made people happy. Oh, and how dare I forget, the very first one was Cheese. Cheese did a donation, and I don't think that she knew that she even got anything. She just wanted to donate, but I'm like, okay, what do you want me to draw? And she's like, Iolite. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna draw Iolite going absolutely feral. So now her banner on Twitter, yo, what's up, Siren? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So now her banner on Twitter is Iolite on all fours eating an apple with lamprey teeth. That shit was fun. I do want to do a stream where I just draw those. Like, whatever intrusive thought pops into my head, I make an MS Paint drawing of it. I think that would be fun. And then you all would get to psychoanalyze me because I'm a goddamn freak. So that was a thing that happened during the donathon. That was one of the things I did a lot of, was MS Paint drawings. It was also during Pummel Party, I think, that we actually hit the goal, or at least got very close to it. But I took another break after that because I was really feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. So stood up for a bit, and then I came back, and I think what I ended up doing after that was I watched that really cursed How to Cook a Pizza video. Forget his name. I really should remember his name so I can be afraid of him, but it's like that British guy that cooks like they still have bombers flying overhead, like the air raid sirens are still going off. Like, fuck me. He made pizza dough out of beef, which is equal parts terrifying as it is impressive. But I really wish he would have shown the finished product. The only downfall of said pizza was that he put pineapple on it, because pineapple should never go within 10 feet of pizza. And I don't care. I'm not going to be convinced. And if you say that you like pineapple on pizza, you're wrong. You're just convincing yourself that you do, or the bit. I refuse to believe anyone actually likes it. Yo, what's up, Joanna? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we watched that. And then that's when karaoke happened. And again, I already gushed about karaoke, but I've been having a lot of fun with that. I feel like I'm actually like good enough at singing now that I'm not like, ooh, shaking in my joots. There's obviously still a little bit of nerves, but the important thing is having fun, and that's what I've come to realize with it. And now I do have fun with it. So, character growth moment. And then it was Dark Sazzy time. I don't want to remember Dark Sazzy. I don't know why all of the people involved with RealCorp are so obsessed with that video game. Like, they love that shit. And I just don't get it. I just do not get it. At all. It's not fun. It's only funny for the first, like, 10 minutes. And then it's just, like, a bad Unity engine game. But hey, I think across my Dark Sazzy career, I've finished the game 3 times, so I guess there's something about it that keeps you coming back. So in that way, I guess I get it. I guess I understand. We played Dark Sazzy. I'm glad I did that on a stream so that I never have to do it again until I put myself in a situation where people can make me play it again, which I'm sure will happen. Because like I said, I want to make the donathon like a regular thing every year, and then I also plan on doing like a post-birthday donathon. My birthday is towards the end of August, and I'm doing BurbCon, so a lot of people are going to be here, so I won't do it then. It's kind of shitty to have a bunch of people in the nest, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to sit here and stream and not interact with you for a long time. Nah, so I'm probably gonna do that like September 1st. That's not gonna be a 24-hour. That's gonna be like a 4-ish hours per day with a timer, like a more traditional thing, a more like sustainable thing. So I need to plan that out at some point. And I'm sure that will have plenty of opportunities for people to make me play Dark Sassy. So I'm for sure not done with that game. Not as long as I work at RealCorp, which will hopefully be forever on account of I like working for RealCorp and also I'm immortal. So hopefully I'll be working at RealCorp forever. But for as long as I'm at RealCorp, I don't think I'm going to escape Dark Sassy. Yo, what's up, Deadman? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And then we cooled down with fucking goddamn Juice Galaxy, which one of the games of all time. Again, big recommend. Like strangely comfy despite the harsh visuals and weird things happening constantly. It's like TikTok Zoomer humor if it was playable, I feel like is the best way to put it. Infused with like a lot of different drugs. But it's free, so unless you're epileptic, you have no reason not to try it. I definitely recommend it. I'm not saying it's like the greatest game I've ever played or anything, but it's definitely up there. This is like a fun little, neat little experience. And then yeah, after that we just sort of chilled. That was when I did part 3, and it all kind of fell apart because it was like nobody's awake anymore. I'm not awake anymore. So I swapped over to the 3rd VOD, and I just kind of played Idle Manager for a while, until I got confused and the exhaustion was really starting to set in, so I just called it a night, or I guess a morning, because the light was starting to come in through my window. And I gotta say, I mean, I started and it was light out, so I really, like, I should have known this. And I mean, I did. I know how the Earth's rotation and the position of the sun work. Like, I know that at a certain point, at a certain time of the day, the sun will go up and it will become daytime. I was not mentally prepared for it to become daytime. So I think it was really when I saw, like, oh shit, there's sunlight, that I really realized, like, I've been up for a very long time and this should not be happening. Or at least I guess what, like, my subconscious was telling me, like, I've been up for a long time. This is bad. This is not normal. Something's wrong. Go to bed, you fucking dumbass. And again, with it being like so early in the morning, and I didn't really have anything else planned or anything going on, I was just like, I'm not gonna push myself. I feel like it would be healthier to just go to bed now. So we hit, like, I want to say like 21 and a half hours, which is still a lot. Like 21 and a half hours of nonstop attempting to be entertaining really does do a number on you. Like, if you are a streamer and you want to do that kind of thing, I do encourage it, because it is really fun to, like, slowly descend into insanity like that and have it, like, live for the world to see. I feel like I also get a little bit more entertaining when I'm tired because I care less about things, which is another thing that contributed to my being able to just do the karaoke and not even think about what I was doing. Like, it really is fun, but don't push yourself. Like, don't just assume you can wake up and do the thing. Like, definitely prepare for it. Definitely have a lot of water, a lot of food. That was one thing I didn't really plan for, is I didn't have a whole lot of, like, easy, ready to make food to eat. So that probably didn't help either. So lessons learned for next time. Actually, next time I might set up that thing where you can, like, pay for a DoorDash meal. Like, it's kind of like Throne, but for food delivery. I might set that up, because the idea of that is so fucking funny. Ooh, the big stretch. Oh god, the big stretch. Burb stretch, Tescaru. Bless. But yeah, no, just definitely prepare for it. That would be my advice, because it is rough. Actually, I don't know if Siren's still in the chat, but they attempted a 24-hour stream recently, and I think also got pretty far. So they will also tell you, like, it's not as easy as it sounds on paper. Like, it is rough. It is a hard thing to do. But I think we did a good job, and again, we hit the goal, which was like double what I was expecting. So like I'm still losing my mind over it. Like, holy fuck, y'all are amazing. So in summary, now that I've rambled for a bit, it was fun and we did a good thing, and I'm very happy we did it. I felt like I had something else to say, but I just completely lost it when I said that. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's my long-winded cliff notes of the stream, and also the post-mortem, I was calling it. Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of the emotion dump of that. I'm very tired today. This is unfortunate. Oh yeah, the last thing was the body pillow. Because the body pillow is like actual merch that you'll be able to order. That was one of the things. I tossed it in at $7.50 because someone said it. And I was like, you know what? I bet I could go to Jackie and be like, hey, am I allowed to do this? And she'd be like, yeah, sure. So that's in the works. As well as a slime model, because the slime model is what we got at 500. I will have more news on that hopefully soon, but figuring out like production and getting art for it and shipping and all of that, all of the stuff that goes into getting VTuber merch is rough. But yes, there is an Ezra Andromyda body pillow coming eventually. I don't know if it'll be NSFW or not. If it was up to me, I would have like an NSFW version and then a regular one, but that might be a lot. Probably be easier on everyone if I just have one design, so it'll probably be safe for work. Maybe like a little suggestive, you know, but like, I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into what I would want the art to be like yet, but I do need to do that. That's one of the pieces too. So I would say give it a month and I'll have some news, but I don't know for sure, because it all kind of depends on Jackie's schedule more than my own. And obviously, if you're in the RealCorp sphere, you know that everyone involved in RealCorp is very busy right now with a number of different things. Most notably, the debuts that are happening starting this weekend and going into next week for the new generation, which y'all should watch because they're a bunch of cool and talented people. Reminder. The first one is on Friday. I'm probably going to be doing a drunk watch-along with Zeki of it. And that'll lead right into the Street Fighter stream, because it happens... The debut's at 9 Eastern. And I put Street Fighter 6 at 10. Might be a bit later, because if we're shooting the shit and enjoying watching it. But like give us a good hour to watch Mira, and then we get Street Fighter. I'm so bad at fighting games. Zeki is probably going to stomp my shit in because she actually plays that game. But yeah, debuts and stuff. So Jackie's busy. Yes, that's the point. So I would say, if I had to guess, probably like a month before I'll have news on that. But I am occasionally poking her like, hey, don't forget about this, because I'm also excited for it. The idea that I will have a body pillow that people can purchase is wild. So I want it to happen as soon as possible, but I mean, y'all already know I'm going to keep you posted. I shitpost on Twitter a lot. I'm in the Discord a lot. I stream a lot. You will certainly hear about the body pillow when there is news about the body pillow. With that being said, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll schedule the streams and stuff. Like I said, probably starting next week. I don't know which one I'm going to start with, but I do have to do Apex, Drakengard 2, and Sonic 06 again. And I have to play Project Diva with my feet. That one's a real hard one to figure out because I have to set up a camera for my feet. I'm also gonna have to order like the controller, the arcade controller, and hook that up so that I can actually viably play it with my feet. I could just do controller, but I feel like it'd be funnier if I had like the whole setup for it just for this one thing. So yeah, you'll start seeing those pop up on the schedules. So yeah, look forward to those. But that's pretty much all I've got. I talked for an hour, which is more than I thought I was going to be able to talk for at this level of brain hurty. As I said, I've been doing stuff all day, and I'm finally done, and my brain is shutting down, so that means it's time to end the stream. But I hope y'all enjoyed my non-stop talking about stuff that may or may not have made sense. I do enjoy doing these. I'm just didn't really have time to organize anything today, so yeah, sorry if it was kind of all over the place. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Let's see who I can raid. Redirect. It would appear that Cora is still live. She is also just chatting, so if you want to hear rambling, you'll be able to get that from Cora. Knowing her, it'll probably be more high energy and more unhinged, so that'll be fun to listen to while I zone out and stare at my wall until I'm tired enough to sleep. Because there is definitely a difference between like being tired and being sleepy, as I'm sure at least some people in the chat know. It's a hard concept to explain, but if I laid down right now, I probably wouldn't fall asleep for another hour at least. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to Cora and zone out, and that's gonna be that. So tomorrow's my off day, unless I decide I want to stream Final Fantasy 16 because I do want to make some progress in that game. But probably not, because I do have to run to the store tomorrow to pick up some stuff, and also I'd like to have some time to sit down and pull some more clips out of the donathon. So we'll see. I'll let you know if I do, but probably not. And then Friday is the drunk collab with Zeki, so look forward to that. That's probably the next time I'll see y'all on stream. So until then, Vtuber, bye bye.